Okay, so welcome back, and now we're going to do some couple of examples of dividing decimals. So let's do the first one. Okay, so I'm going to set it up with the divisor, so it's going to be 2.4 divided into 1.38. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by moving the decimal point over 1 unit, so I want to make it a whole number. And that means I'm going to have to move this decimal point to the right as well, 1 unit. And then I'm going to put the decimal point right up there. And now I'm going to treat as if these were whole numbers. So I'm going to start my division steps and say, okay, well, how many times is 24 going to 138? Okay, and the answer is 5. And then I multiply. So 24 times 5 is what? $120. And then I'm going to subtract. And so when I subtract, I get 18. And now I'm going to drop down to 0. And now, how many times does 24 go into 180? That's going to be 7. Right? So 24 times 7, or 7 times 24 is 140 plus 20, 168. And so this is going to be 12, right? Subtract. And then I'm going to drop down another 0, and that's going to give me 120. And I know that this is going to be 5, and I'm going to get 120 here. And I subtract and get 0, and I'm done. Okay? Now, unlike with whole numbers, we stopped when we got to the end. But now that we're dealing with decimal numbers, we just keep going until it terminates or until it starts to repeat a pattern, okay, which we'll talk about later. Okay, so now, that's the answer. So the answer is 0.575. Okay, so now let's do this one. So again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to write this as 2.6 divided by this. So it's going to be 0.052 divided by 2.6. Now, here, I'm going to move it over 3 decimal places until I have a whole number. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to move this over 3 places too. 1, 2, 3. So then I'm going to fill in the zeros here for placeholders. And then I'm going to move the decimal point up. So now my division problem becomes 2600 divided by 52. So now, how many times does 52 go into 260? Okay, that's going to be 5 times. And 52 times 5 is 260. And so I'm going to subtract. I get 0. Now, I'm done. I got 0. Now I still have this place value here. So I'm going to raise this up to 0. Right? Because I'm done. I got 0. I got a 0 remainder. So I can fill in the rest with zeros. And so guess what? 2.6 divided by 0.052 is 50. Now, how do I check that? By multiplying, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 50 times 0.052 and see if I get 2.6. Now again, I'm going to just ignore the decimal and make it 50 times 52. Well, 100 times 52 is 5,200, then 50 times 52 is going to be half of that, which is going to be 2,600. So Now, put the decimal point. 3 digits, 1, 2, 3, 2.6. So it checks. So again, make sure you check your work by multiplying. Okay. Next we'll do some more examples, some application.